Welcome to another episode of the Opinions Podcast. I'm about to be with the opinions you want to hear, and I'm here with my main man.
What it do, man? This Los Hurt, in my humble opinion, what's going down. We got two of the cornerstone pieces, you know what I'm saying, of that legendary Willie Red squad we talk about so often on this pod. You know, these boys here I've been knowing these guys here for over damn near 2-3 decades at this point. You know what I'm saying? This is family right here. No other than the legendary KT, Kenny Taylor, and my main man D Ewing, Daniel Ewing of that legendary, what was that, 99 to 01? Was that the
Yeah.
okay, 99 to 01 Willie Red squad. That's what we got today, y'all. What's going down, fellas?
What's going down, man?
What's up,
Yeah.
fellas? Appreciate y'all
Man,
having me,
can't
man.
Yeah,
man, can't
appreciate
call
y'all.
it.
Yeah, appreciate y'all having me on, man. I've been checking y'all boys out, man.
Man,
Keep up the good
likewise,
work.
likewise.
Very entertaining, man. So I definitely want to come support you guys, man.
Man, for sure, for sure.
Man, appreciate you guys taking time out y'all evening, man. Especially, we on some color time tonight. We apologize about it.
Look.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Well, man, what you want to get into, Lowe's? I'll let you start it off. This basketball royalty I'm with, so I'm gonna shut my baby ass up. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Well, before we get into, the guys, letting the audience know a little bit about them, I want to get y'all opinion. Have y'all heard about everything that's going down in the NBA right now, man, with the gambling investigations and whatnot? Boys getting booked. Have y'all heard anything?
I mean, I heard what was, was put out there by all the news outlets. I don't know nothing, no intel. You know what I'm saying? I don't know no inside stories or nothing.
Yeah. I was just wanting to talk to y'all about that, man. Wanted y'all opinion on that, man. It's some heavy accusations they got right now on some of the fellas. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they got one of our home team fellas on there too, man. My guy D Jones. They say D Jones was out there, you know what I'm saying, giving the rundown on boys' injury reports before they, step on the court or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Said apparently he might have been giving people intel on if LeBron was playing that night or, if he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? My thing is this though. Do y'all think that's been going down? Or do y'all think like there's something new with the gambling that's going on, like with the heavy sports betting and all that? Y'all think that's something that's been going on behind closed doors?
Man,
Nah.
I think it. Go ahead, D.
No, you got it.
No, I would say, man, I mean, it's just kind of one of those things where you just want to kind of wait and see and get the details of everything. Like I said, Reeves was picked up too, and he kind of a little bit playful about it as you see him kind of going through his stuff. So you never really know the ins and outs of it. So it's kind of hard to kind of jump to judgment right now. But, with all this prize pick and gambling and everything going on, everybody really trying to get the edge on something. So, could it have been within a conversation, or is this something that's really been, profitable and kind of fatten people's pockets? So it's kind of really hard to tell. So like I say, D Jones, one of our guys who, spent a lot of time in Houston. So, you don't want to see him go through nothing crazy, but at the same time, we're just kind of seeing, as the information come out.
Yeah, nah, for sure. For sure. What about you, D? What you think, D?
No, I
He
agree
might
with
not
what
want to
Kenny
touch
said.
on that shit.
No, I mean, yeah, I ain't, like I said, I ain't gonna say too. Like I said, I don't know no intel. I think what you asked though, I think this is something that's new with all the gambling. You know what I'm saying? With all the gambling sites, all the parlay stuff that's going on, everything being advertised and legalized now. Yeah, I think it's a new thing. I don't think stuff like this was going on in past decades or past eras. So yeah, this is definitely new, man. And I think just people got a lot more access to stuff that they shouldn't have, or they, you know what I'm saying, that they shouldn't have access. And that's on all levels. I'm talking about grown ups, kids, college students. Like people got access to so much stuff now, man. That like KT was saying, it could have just been an innocent conversation. But it was, you know what I'm saying, that we talking about that. Yeah, and somebody took him, you know what I'm saying? Like, could have been an innocent conversation that somebody was having, and they used that information because they already had motives of why they was trying to have you know what I'm saying? Like, but we don't know the intel, we don't know the details of everything.
Yeah.
It's some crazy accusations though. These accusations are heavy.
Crazy.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
I agree with both of them, Notes. I think I'm gonna go the opposite in D Ewing. I think it's been going on for a long time, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Now, how heavy the NBA guys been involved, I don't know. But if you look at that Netflix documentary, it was a joke out of Dallas. I can't remember his name. But he went to a school in Arizona and he was betting on the games. Well, yeah, this whole university betting on the games and they was hitting it where it got so big. I think this was maybe the 90s or 80s or some shit.
Yeah, I know
Oh
exactly
yeah,
what you're talking about. I know. I
yeah.
can't
His
think of
name
his
was
name
like
right now.
Hardhead or something like
Boy,
Yeah,
that.
it
Yeah.
was some
headache,
head. It
headache.
was some
Headache or
head.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey,
I
he
seen
got
that.
there cooking, man. You know what I'm saying? But just imagine if he's able to manipulate that for that long on the NCAA level, he a kid. Just think about, older, you know what I'm saying? But hopefully, I think dude out of Houston, out of Galveston he got the best chance of beating that shit more than anybody. Cause like you know what I'm saying, that could just be a general conversation. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean, you know what I'm saying, somebody could have took that general conversation the wrong way. Like he got a little action, in my opinion, could just be thrown into some shit just because when somebody else going down, they go snitch and try to bring somebody else in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This shit could be pretty innocent. The other guys, like KT said, we got to wait on some more information to get developed.
Yeah, they were saying Chauncey's situation more so like he was in those gambling, those poker games where they was finagling and finessing people. He necessarily might not be involved with the finessing and the scamming or whatnot, but they say he was playing in those games. My thing, like if I'm him, I'm a gamble where I gamble at. If
Yeah.
I choose to gamble, then so be it. Now I don't know if these people got cameras in here. They got cameras on people's hands and on the tables, and they finessing where they can see everybody's hands and who gonna win and stuff like that. I don't know nothing about that. If I'm Chauncey, that's how I'm playing it. Hopefully that work out for him. Hopefully it work out for all of them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Terry Rozier, he went to U of L. He University of Louisville alumni. So
Yeah.
Like
they,
this is
they
second
look.
time getting picked up.
yeah. This ain't looking good for Rozier, man. For Scary Terry, like Kenny was saying, like this is the second time his name done came up in this type of situation. So
Yeah,
it's,
because they said the NBA did their investigation, but they went on ahead and let them go. They said they looked into it and they didn't really see nothing that was of criminal activity. But
Flows, let me say this, man, and I ain't no street cat, right?
yeah,
But every now and then I'm able to hear a few conversations. Man, you got to know when the feds come, bro, they don't come for no reason. And then they bait you in. Like we act, a lot of people so gangster, but they ain't smart. I don't know what they are, right? When the feds come get you, bro, they got something on you. Whenever they let you go, guess what they doing? They let you go to get more evidence, all because you snitching,
yeah,
which leading to more evidence at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion that you might want to hear. I don't know.
talk to him, Bobby.
I'm
Talk
just
yeah,
to him.
saying. Like I say, I ain't in those streets at all. You can hear it in the raps. Back when we growing up, Willie D, I gave him some baking soda. Like, come on, man. There was a
yeah,
flower made it. Come on, man. Like this shit
yeah,
been going on forever. You've been rapping about it. It just okay. Well, you just think it's sweet. You know what I'm saying? You
yeah,
go beat the system,
yeah.
right, brother?
Yeah, that's crazy. They say, man, Terry, he got 26 M's left on his thing to receive that is still owed to him, and he gambling up. When I ain't saying he is, but allegedly,
Let's
a
Right.
couple 100,000 is all these boys was betting, making, bro. Like, damn.
Yeah.
That's probably split though, Los. I'm gonna give him a little bit more credit than that. I'm gonna say that's probably his cut out the whole,
Yeah, but I'm saying a couple 100,000 just ain't worth
Yeah.
it. That's what
Yeah.
Kenny Smith and Charles Barkley was going back and forth on. Like Kenny Smith saying, man, these dudes got gambling addiction. Well, you know how Barkley, he a gambling ass nigga, so he ain't feeling that. He like, nah, them niggas just stupid. It's the
Yeah.
difference between being having a gambling addiction and being stupid. And Kenny like, nah, you know what I'm saying? To me, both of them right. That's if you making all this money and then you willing to risk it all over a couple 100,000, nigga, that's a gambling addiction and you dumb as hell. Know what I'm saying? That's both of them. You know what I'm saying?
let me speak for them. Can I ask all y'all a question? Because all y'all play professional basketball. Y'all got contracts, agents, and shit, right? I'm a little baby guy. And I know sometimes, I might loan some money here or there, right? Y'all play professionally. When y'all making these contracts, you don't think people come and ask y'all for money? That might be like, you know what? I got to pay this for that person. These motherfuckers ask me for this. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask you this. What is a good amount to loan somebody at this day and age?
What you mean? Depending on how much you got, right?
Yeah.
Nah, straight up. But
You know what I'm saying? Because I know some
realistically,
people that like, I talk to people like, oh, man, look, so, babe, I'm going to give you an example. Me and somebody about to do some business, right? And so we meet like, hey, look, man, that's gonna drop boom, boom, boom on the business. He said, all right, man, give me about a week or two. Man, I just loaned out between 2 or 3 people about $1,200. And I know for a fact, and those you know this individual. When I say you, I know this, he loaned them motherfuckers something every month on a regular basis. And he ain't no professional athlete. So I
Right.
can just imagine what y'all go through.
Yeah. Nah, for sure.
What are you willing to loan to got your family members, friends, whatever, per month?
Who, me? Nah, nigga, listen.
I ain't got it.
Hey, I understand. I understand if you in a situation like that. What you saying makes sense. Like, hey, instead of loaning all this and all that, hey man, listen, y'all niggas better load up on this parlay tonight. I'm about to fake an injury and sit my ass down somewhere. Y'all better load up on this parlay, nigga. And that's my kickback to you niggas, man. Know what I'm saying? Hey, it can happen. It can happen. So I see what you said. Yeah.
Right.
Nah, but to touch back on what Bobby was saying, because Bobby went the opposite of what I said. He felt like this been going on, or this possibly been going on in past eras or whatever. The difference is, like Los was saying, we just use Terry Rozier as an example because he's mentioned in the indictment. Man, he's supposed to make $26 million this year. The college athletes of the past, which is what those are guys that was targeted in the past, college players weren't getting paid. So it was easy to target a young college kid, you know what I'm saying? That, hey, man, like, if you do this, third, you can make this, you know what I'm saying? X amount of dollars. Well, if I'm a professional athlete and I'm making $26 million a year, you can't really come to me and tell me, hey, man, if you do this, and the third, you can make X amount of dollars. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to be really stupid to take that deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
honestly, I think with all the betting sites and betting becoming legalized in more places, that this is a new thing.
Speaking of that, let me ask y'all this. The NIL. What's y'all thoughts on that in college, y'all? I see D Ewing shaking his head. Let's go to D Ewing first. Talk to me, baby. What you think about that NIL, man? What's up?
I'm all for it because I didn't get no bread to go to college. And I was one of them dudes. I'm all for it. But at the same time, there's no real infrastructure for some of these kids that's going to get this money and they're going to be worse off than they were when they leave school.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like a lot of kids going to live their life from 18 to guys in school to they like 25, 26 now, which is crazy. A lot of these kids, when they finish school, 2 or 3 years college after making a few million, because they getting some real money now. So after making a few billion from being in school, 2 or 3 years from that, they don't make it to the league, make it, you know what I'm saying, or their dreams don't come true or whatever they thought they was going to accomplish. They're going to look back and be like, dang, some of my best years was behind me already. Because a lot of them not going to spend the money put up and put away and invest it right to keep living and doing what they was doing when they was getting the money every year. So that's my only girl. A lot of these kids need to get to school to handle the money that they get.
What you think, KC?
I mean, for me, I don't see a problem with it. I mean, it's not really up to us to kind of dictate what somebody do with their success. So the whole point of playing sports, the whole point of being an athlete, going to college is try to put yourself in a better position. So if I'm doing these things and putting myself in a better position and the monetary can come with it too as well, what I do with it is just what you do with it. So the work you put in, the work you get paid for, the work you get reimbursed for. Like, yes, in the ideal world, we want to have everybody kind of lined up, but everybody don't make it professionally. Everybody not placing these opportunities. So the most money you can make while playing these sports, because that window is closing every day, I say get the money. Now, we just got to be smart with it. We got to educate each other. we gotta do these particular things to kind of set up your family in the future. But outside of just making the bread, if I had the opportunity to make the bread, hey man, I want to make the bread because hey, in college I got family at home, I got situations at home. If I can help or if my people need help, then that's what I'm gonna do. So you just gotta be smart with it, and that's with any money that you get in. You gotta be smart with it.
The fact, Jack.
Let me
No,
ask you
that I
this,
mean,
KT. You got a son right now, freshman,
Mhm.
that's on varsity. So right now his trajectory is going what you consider one of the top kids, in the city like Houston, one of the top big cities. What's some of the things that you think you gotta keep on him as far as focus wise for this upcoming this season as a freshman playing senior ball?
My thing is, like I said, I'm very proud of him. Like I said, we put in the plan for him, and he's getting those progressions as time is going by. So he's in the mix. He's in the right situations. So with me, I want to make sure I stay on him as far as being mentally prepared for what's going on. Because yes, it's fun to make varsity, but the end goal is to, like I say, put yourself in a position. That way we can have college. So we're gonna have our grades in order. He made the AB on the roll, so I'm proud of him of that too. So he's handling his business in the classroom and then outside of the classroom, putting your work in, putting your time in. You can't skip the process. Like you're a freshman on varsity. So, okay, we made varsity, but now this is going to be a long season. Everything that comes to you, you're going to have to fight for. That's going to be minutes. That's going to be playing time and practice. Every day is an opportunity to get better. Every day is an opportunity to challenge the man in front of you. So if you can continue to beat that man, then we can continue to grow and everything that you dream of can be right in front of you. So that's what I'm locked into him about. I constantly stay on him with that. You're gonna have different things that we all have been through. The girls, the partying, they had a social media thing, so it's a lot of distractions out there. But like I say, he's a good kid, so I don't really have too many issues with those things. But just outside of just having them mentally prepared, that's what I'm focused on most.
Let me ask you this, D. Ewing, and then Kenny, if you don't mind, follow up on the same question. All right, please. D. Ewing, I want to ask you this. Growing up with KT high school days, playing summer ball AAU, y'all jokers was on the Adidas circuit, and y'all put Texas, Houston, particularly on playing nationally on that Adidas circuit with John Urey. Y'all homeboy, one of the best point guards of the best point guard to come out. No disrespect, lost your baby ass. The best true point guard to come out of Houston high school, TJ Ford. You have Kenny Taylor Jr. playing under TJ Ford Academy, 3SB Adidas. How does that make y'all feel knowing y'all were one of the first, if not the first organization to bring Adidas circuit to Houston back in the early, what was it, 2090s? And, you know,
Late 90s, early 2000s.
Right.
somewhere around there. And now, you got with the program, got the Adidas deal. And then now you got an upcoming star within that with your homeboy son.
You know what, Bobby? I hadn't even thought of it like that. But now that you put it that way, I mean that's a pretty dope moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, because TJ always been with Adidas. When he got drafted, he had Adidas deal. So TJ been affiliated with Adidas for forever. So for him to get the deal, to be on the circuit is a big deal. I haven't even thought about the full circle moment that KJ playing with TJ now and him being in high school, that chance to play on the circuit this upcoming summer. That's a full circle moment, man. Like, yeah, you gave me something to think about. I never even thought about it, but that's pretty dope. That's a pretty dope moment, man. I don't think TJ's thought about it that way. I'm not sure if Kenny thought about it. Like, that's a pretty dope moment, considering that we all got our start to get national recognition playing on the Adidas circuit. Now, that's pretty dope.
Speaking of that, since we talking about it, let's get into it. Y'all formed a dynasty, high school dynasty.
Hold on, Los. Let Kenny answer real quick.
Oh, my bad. I forgot. Yeah, my bad.
Like,
No.
that's his
Yeah.
stop right there, Los.
Yeah.
No, man, for me, man, it's like, it's family at the end of the day. And my family just happens to be probably one of the greatest players to ever come out of Texas. So, like I say, we've been locked in, man, for a long time, man. That's my brother. We got a small, tight circle, man. We all check up on each other. We all have these relationships. We all, are there for each other. So having my son in this program, I know that he's going to get a wealth of basketball knowledge from Pop Ford, the OG,
Yes,
Hey,
sir. Yes, sir.
Tim Ford. Actually, being that big brother, molding TJ, but keeping him out of trouble. He knows what it takes. He was there every day to watch his brother, perform on a high level. So he's getting that experience too as well. TJ, like I say, his uncle. So, I know the best intentions are going to be there for him. So it's just a matter of keeping them focused. Like I say, staying the course. You got to put the work in and, just staying on top of him that way. But just knowing that he in good hands. So like he with family. So I honor all those guys, experience, they say so. So if they saying it is no rebuttals to that, that's what it is.
Absolutely. That's dope.
my
That's
bad. What you
dope.
got, Los?
Nah, I was just gonna ask them. We'll go with DU and first. How y'all created a dynasty in high school, and it carried over to the AAU scene, and it was one of the greatest shows on that high school basketball has ever seen in Texas, across the nation, all that. Give us the breakdown on how y'all started. When did y'all start as a freshman? Who was there? When did y'all start playing varsity? How did y'all know that y'all was gonna be what y'all was? When did y'all find that out? All that good shit, man. Just tell us how the begin started.
Well, just to backtrack a little bit, I was always zoned to go to Willow Ridge, just like Kenny. We went to rival middle schools that
It was the
merged
ops, man.
high school to go to the kind of like how Elsick and Hayes, y'all probably some of y'all went to the same middle school, but then y'all got split. On the inside, we go to different middle schools and then we come together in high school. That's how it used to be. So but initially I wasn't gonna go to Willow Ridge. I was supposed to go to private school because
Okay.
at the time Willow Ridge was trash, and I knew I didn't want to play for that head coach. Fast forward, school starts. I'm still locked in to go to private school, but stuff fell apart at the last hour, dog. And so
What private school was you going to, D?
Kincaid, I was supposed to go to Kincaid.
Okay. Okay.
So I was supposed to go to Kincaid. The last hour stuff fell through, and so now it's like a week into public school had already been a week in school. So now I'm trying to find a school to go to, and I still wasn't feeling really rich. And my dad ended up having a conversation with the principal and Coach Courtney, who I didn't know at the time. That's how I ended up. He was like, "Man, let's just go meet with them and see what they got to say." I ended up enrolling that day. They ended up enrolling. They tricked. They ended up enrolling me in the school, and then I run into TJ, right? And like everybody knew I was supposed to go to private school, so he was surprised to see me, and I didn't know he was going. Like I said, TJ was coming from Bay Center. We had just joined that summer for the first time playing together because he had been playing for Tulo. So that summer before we got to high school was the first time me and him really played together before we actually really started playing again. So we was both surprised to see each other, and I didn't really know of Kenny at the time. And so we had a good group of guys. Y'all had Tree on here not 2 weeks ago. We had a good group of freshman guys that everybody's anticipating being good. They just didn't know how good we could be. Me, TJ Tree, Corey Jackson, Corey Pilar. It was like 5 or 6 of us freshmen that everybody's like, oh man, like these dudes gonna be all right. And so we had the school buzzing already as freshmen. And so we started on the sophomore team to start the year. They put us on a sophomore team. We was going, freshman team was gonna be way too easy. And at this time, you still had freshman A, freshman B, you had sophomore, JV, and varsity. We had a lot, you know what I'm saying? And so Coach Cody, looking back on it, he did a great job of not messing over some of the guys. It was going to be their last chance to play really high school sports. Because he could have put us on boots and we would have did our thing, you know what I'm saying? But it would have messed up some guys who was in their senior year and had a chance to go to college and possibly get a scholarship. We'd have took all that, you know what I'm saying? We would have took all that away from him. So he did a good job. I'm telling you, man, these kids too good for freshmen. We'll put them on more because we got a lot of JV guys, junior guys who won't be on varsity. When they get on, they won't have a chance to be on varsity the next few years because these guys, 6 of them that's going to be on varsity that's already in them. So fast forward, we do the sophomore thing most of the year. KT is not on this team though, or whatever. The KT was on the freshman team. I'll let him talk about that. But KT was on the freshman team, so it was a handful of us on the sophomore team. We did that most of the year. We played. We got moved up to varsity. I got moved up for the JC tournament. This one we were still playing in the JC tournament. So I was the only freshman playing on the varsity in the JC tournament for us. We lost in the championship, and I was playing. Like I just up there watching. I was actually playing. Got a chance to see the championship game against Waltrip. That's when they had Palu.
Okay.
Right. So I'm going Palu. I'm like, this dude cold. But looking back on it, now knowing Palu 21 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
So I get to do that first, right? I get to taste the varsity first, and then the last 5 games of the season, he moved all us up to varsity to try to help us make the playoffs. And we had to win all 5 games. We go 4-5 because we lost to Elsick, Rashard Lewis, and Carlos Hurt team for the final game. Right?
Okay.
That was a tough one up for us to get, but we lost to y'all to make it to the playoffs for that final game. So that's kind of the origins of how we started as young boys getting the varsity. We wasn't on varsity the whole year.
Okay. KT, how yours starts? He said you was on the only one on freshman. Nigga, what happened?
So, man, I was playing football, man. So I was on the football field. So I was actually pretty nice at football. So I was kind of late getting to the gym. So they wanted me to actually, after my freshman year, play quarterback. And Corey Jackson was actually one of my receivers too. So we was pretty nice on that football field. We went undefeated my freshman year. So it was a lot of talks about me going up to play varsity football my freshman year. So when I came to basketball, I was on that freshman team. So on that team, I averaged about 30 on the team. So I was killing. Killing, boy. I averaged 30. And Coach Courtney like, man, he put like end of the season, he put me to the side. He like, man, you're gonna play varsity next year. So I'm like, I'm excited, man. Crunk. So after the basketball season, you got to go back out to football for spring training. So I had to walk down to the field house, and I'm like, man, I was tired of playing football. It was so hot outside, man. It went grass.
They talk about that weather. Yeah.
Hot. It's so hot. So I go out there, man. I tell them I'm not playing football, man. They must have talked to me all crazy, man. Told me I was making the worst decision. But because we had, like I said, I seen all the talent in the gym. You had those guys that were on the sophomore team. Like I said, I was doing my thing on the freshman team too as well. So he was gonna move me up too. So man, I was like, it was just so much talent at that school. I was just excited to be, playing varsity my sophomore years. Quit football and focus mainly on basketball and ain't turned back since.
What position you was playing in football, KT?
I was playing quarterback.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said they gonna put him on varsity quarterback.
My bad. Well, look, all right, with KT, because y'all team was so deep, and D, you and this even sometimes when I'm on here, and some shit I edit out because I don't want to make our podcast a really Jake's type of shit. But teams was so great, sometimes they underestimate how good y'all were, in my opinion. So I don't think people know KT was ranked 12 in the state of Texas coming out of high school. I think, if I'm not mistaken, ranked number 10 in UT history for field goal percentage made out of high school. I think right up under 50%, by 47% for that senior year for 3-pointers made. A lot of kids shoot threes. I see them shoot them jokers all the time. 47% is
everybody can throw it up there, dog.
For a season, not a game. For a season, right? Sophomore year, my guy was for one, he went D1 out of high school, to Baylor. Sophomore year at Baylor, the man, if I'm not mistaken, you know what I'm saying? I'm just a baby ass guy. If I'm not mistaken, sophomore year in the Big 12, he was like Big 12 improved player or some things of that nature, right? But as a sophomore, he led the Big 12 in fucking 3-pointers made per game, at least top 5 or 10. KT, help me out with that for everybody thinking that KT was just such a baby ass guy on this really rich team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My bad, but I could be wrong. Now, if I keep too much house sauce, man, take that shit off.
No, man, you hit the nail right on the head with that, man. So, man, it's like I had probably 2 of the greatest players on my team. We were the first team to ever have 2 McDonald's All-Americans. So for me, I knew that I had to find my niche and find my role on the team. So I always had a knack for scoring, but I'm not as fast as TJ. I'm not as athletic as Daniel. These guys' games was just off the chart. But I knew that I had a skill that I had to perfect. So shooting really kind of became my thing. And I kind of took it as far as I could. But as I got to college, I started to show that I can actually do a little bit more than just shooting too as well. So, the shooting was my key to kind of get me in the door. But man, I played it at a very, 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 very high level, man. So, I kind of let my work do the talking, and it's always good to, hear your name come up and know that you was a part of history.
Nah, for sure. And see, what boys need to understand when you said 2 McDonald's All-American on your team, that's never been done and unheard of. We ain't talking about your Mater days or your Oak Hills. We ain't talking about no prep school bullshit. We talking about a public school in the 5 or 6A, 5A, whatever we was at the time. This is a public school in the Houston area. You understand what I'm saying? And they had 2 Mickey D's on their team, along with 2 high-level D1 players. Not I ain't knocking mid-majors. I ain't knocking low majors. This is Baylor and Oklahoma State in the Big 12, along with 2 Mickey D's, so people can understand, so they can, get the content of it. Go ahead, D. What you was going to say?
No, I like how Bobby set that up.
Yeah. Yeah.
KT definitely deserved his flowers, right? For the accomplishments that he had and what he added to our team. He was shooting, and this is no blasphemy, and y'all witnessed it. Man was pulling from half court like Steph Curry, before Steph Curry and before Klay Thompson and before Dan. Like, this man was doing this in the late 90s, right? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he definitely doesn't get enough credit for what he contributed to our team. His name is not mentioned enough. But as far as me, it's everybody's opinion, dog. And like Bobby was going down KT stuff, and TJ is great, and I think TJ get more credit than I do, just because we was in the same level. TJ gets more credit in my opinion than I do because TJ was entertaining. TJ was exciting. I just came to push your ass, right? You didn't have the player. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can give you something. I ain't have like the razzle. Like TJ had it. He had the razzle. He had the handle. He had the no looks. He had the speed. He had the athleticism. Like all that was going wild and crime. Meanwhile, I got 35. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And look, and it ain't all come from TJ giving me the ball. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
So, to think about it, though, as great as TJ was, on Texas Player of the Year, right? I was a bet. They gave us both Player of the Years in the city, so we was co-players of the years in the city. But I was Texas Player of the Year in the state of Texas. I had all look for our senior year. I won all the awards you can win, MVPs, all the tournament, right? All that. Like I didn't go back to back in the finals MVP of the state championship. Curtis Walker got that, but every other tournament our senior year, MVP, all the awards that I could win, I got all of that. But then for whatever reason, my name does get skipped over. You know what I'm saying? When we start talking about like how cold somebody was or who did. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I mean, like I said, it's everybody's opinion. I don't really think it's hard. I find it good talk, good conversation. But I was one of the ones for sure, and I ain't put nobody above me especially at the 2 guard spot. Ain't nobody missing.
I agree. I didn't know that Kurt got MVP of the state tournament though.
Yeah, he
See,
did.
we gotta get Kurt, man. Big Kurt be giving me a hard time. Y'all don't know, man. Kurt be giving me a hard time behind closed doors because I be bigging up Ivan so much. He be, him and Tree be like, Los, you got us. Hold on now. You know what I'm saying?
No. All we saying is Ivan was an amazing rebounder. We're not saying that. Well, I remember Kurt. I see Kurt play when I was at JUCO at Ranger. Right, I was at Ranger. I forgot what school he was at. Man, he was at the biggest goddamn JUCO.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like them boys. That's what I'm saying. That team was so good. It's hard to identify everybody. Like if Pete Young was at another school, he probably averaged 25 or 30.
That's what I was gonna say. Bobby B. You got to think like on a higher level, like with like LeBron Miami team. D-Wade gonna have to sacrifice a little something because this is a dynasty that we built. This is with even OKC with Durant and James Harden and Westbrook. You know what I'm saying? Think about what
They
Westbrook
had more than the big three, Los.
No, what I'm saying, what D. Ewing talking about, though. The love that D. Ewing talking about, what he saying that he didn't get the same, like, recognition as TJ when he was on that level. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm explaining is that happens when you on great teams like that. When you got a great team, somebody that's how it go. You know what I'm saying?
But hold on. I
true.
want to say this, though, D. Ewing. Like you, and I agree. You definitely don't get the flowers you deserve. I'm going to say this. If you don't get the flowers you deserve if you were at another school. T don't get the flowers he deserved if he was at another school.
But
Big Kurt don't get the flowers he deserved if he's in another school. But D. Ewing, I want to say this. NKC, that's why I be trying to tell people all the time, just when I think it'll be a different, it won't. At the end of that game, the last few minutes, I think Ritter Ridge will run away with about 15 to 20 because of the shit I'm saying. Kenny Taylor was a Division I player on the stat team, and he didn't even max out the stats he could have. You see what I'm saying? Like, they wasn't every possession running up and getting a million possessions a game. It was structure. When they knew they could be guys, they slowed it down and they practiced during the game. Daniel Ewing would have averaged more at another school. The same, my opinion, if you just ask me. But both of these guys went Division I out of high school, guy. D. Ewing went to fucking Duke. How many people say, I'm just saying, like, even though he don't get the flowers he deserved, that's why I say, when you could play, you could play. KT got his son at a school here on varsity. Man, you think you're on varsity because they remember KT? Not no disrespect, KT. That's because the young man could play. They could see the future he got. They could see, okay, I ain't saying he's an amazing joker right now. I can see the trajectory. It was the same with D. Ewing. He ain't doing everything I know he could do, but I can see what he's capable of. Kenny Taylor, I can see what he's capable of. Big 12, fucking Duke. Like, come on, man.
But you know what, Bobby, to your point, that's the reason why it worked, though, right? The reason why we was able to win and had a streak we had and had to win the games and get the accolades we got as a team, as a unit, is because none of us really cared about that. Like, I didn't want to be like TJ, right? I didn't want to take the ball out of his hand. It was his job. I was fine with it. I know he liked to pass. I'm going to run the lane. I'm going to try to kick through. We're going to get out on the field. I didn't want to shoot like KT. Like, none of us wanted to do what maybe TJ did. Maybe TJ wanted to shoot the ball more. Maybe he wanted to shoot the ball more, but he's smart enough to know, like, all right, I'm not going to overdo what them guys do best.
Yeah.
So that's really worked. Like, we all understood and sacrificed, like, all right, cool. That's what you do best. All right, I'm gonna allow you to do that. He gonna shoot 8 to 10 threes a game. And when that wasn't normal back then, you know what I'm saying? That's what he do best. Hey, coach allow it. Ain't nothing I can say about it. Whether I like it or not, it ain't nothing I can say about Kenny Taylor pulling up for three at half court. And after 2 seconds of get the ball, I can't say nothing. But he hitting them. So what can you say? But if I'm an immature player or immature individual, I'm trying to get that same attention and backdoor, like, oh, I can do that too. And what? But none of us did that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was trying to score like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't trying to have the ball and take the ball in their hands. That's why it worked.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
But to go back real quick, people don't really understand why we was really good, bro. And this guy don't get enough credit either. Now, we had 3 people at a public school, Los, like you said. We wasn't at no Oak Hill, Mount Vernon, nothing like that. At a public high school, we had 3 dudes go to the league. Ivan McFarland played the league a few years, dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I forgot I wouldn't even own the whole Really Rich 8. I'll let y'all tell Coach Wise about that. I've had a private conversation with Coach Wise about that, and he was real about what he said. And if y'all do
I told boys, ask Coach Wise.
If you want to know the truth, ask Coach Wise.
Ask Coach Wise. Yeah.
And he gonna tell you straight out of his mouth what it really was and what it really is.
Yeah.
And
well, make sure we clip this right here. Yeah.
And all my JY and my JY folks, reward
let
Texas.
me say this, because we was talking about
He talked. Go ahead, D. Say it again. The last part, D.
I'm just saying, if Coach Wise is the stand up, genuine, truthful guy that I know him to be, when y'all do this documentary and y'all have asked him this question, the Third Ward Texas and the JY alumni not gonna like what he say. But what he gonna say is the absolute truth.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Go ahead, B.
Man, I'm just jumping around. I'm jumping around because we was talking earlier about them guys that's in that federal investigation, right? KT, I want to ask you a question. Or Rose, does that ring a bell? I probably not even.
Yeah.
Right.
Abor Ross.
Ross.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
What comes to mind when you hear that?
Man, this dude, he really kind of got a bad rep, man. They kind of blackballed him for what he did. So Abor Ross was the assistant coach at Baylor. So what everybody don't know that like this was his dream job. This was his first year at Baylor, and he gets pulled into this crazy situation. So man, that whole story is just a mess. First of all, rest in peace to Patrick Dennehy, man. He was actually a cool dude. And, nobody want to see that situation kind of end up like that, man. But Abel Ross, what he did basically, so Patrick, he was a red shirt. So everybody thought that he's red shirt and he in school, but he wasn't on scholarship. So they was actually paying for his school kind of under the table. So when everything happened, we were required to go to the first session of summer school. And then that second session, we can go to the crib. So on that Baylor team, there was like different cliques on the team. So it was myself, the guys from Houston, it was myself, it was John Lucas Jr., it was Lawrence Roberts, my partner Andre White. He was a part of that team too. You had a couple guys from Dallas, Terrence Thomas, good guy named Ellis Kidd, and a couple more guys too as well. So we kind of hung with each other off the court. So it was just separate cliques on the team. So a lot of times when we seen each other, it would be when we'd be at practice. So those two guys were pretty much knuckleheads. I don't want to say knuckleheads, but they would miss workouts, miss practice, and nobody would really think nothing of it because, this is kind of what their routine or kind of
Hold
stuff they
on,
was
KT.
involved in.
The two guys that was involved in the situation.
Yeah, the two guys that was involved. So
They
Carlton
okay.
Dotson,
They both was kind of knuckleheads. You said okay. I got you.
So Carlton Dotson and Patrick Dennehy, they would, smoke a little bit, miss practice or whatever the case may be. They wasn't really in the gym working as hard as our group was because we come from hoop. So we trying to come to school. We trying to, maximize our opportunity. So the last day of summer school, they called us into a meeting like, hey, the guy who got killed, Patrick, we haven't seen him. We haven't talked to him. Maybe he went off with his girlfriend or something, but we're looking for him. So I go to the crib, come to the crib. I'm working out, getting ready for the next season because I had a pretty big sophomore year. So I just want to keep that momentum going. So turn on ESPN and my phone started going off and man, the dude has been missing. The family can't find him and it's just a crazy situation. So after they found him, after he kills the guy and they found him in the field, what comes out is that the Coach Bliss, which was the head coach, he was paying for the kid's school under the table. So instead of taking his lick and saying that, hey, man, I was trying to help a kid out, he wasn't on scholarship, we were doing certain things and, I'll take my suspension or whatever the case may be. He came up with the plan to throw smut on his name and create this story like the reason why he got this money to pay for school is that he was selling drugs, which wasn't the truth. So Abor Ross, nobody probably would believe his story because he's a black coach coming into predominantly white school. You got white head coaches in there too as well. So nobody's going to pretty much believe his story. So what he did was he recorded conversations of Coach Bliss, recruiting players to kind of get a story together and say that he was this and say that he was that, which was the farthest thing from the truth. So he released those tapes and he kind of got a lot of backlash because, it was a hush-hush society back then and you don't really talk about what's going on in-house, but what is he supposed to do when you talking crazy about this kid or creating this story or creating this lie? It was just unethical, so he did the right thing. So when everything came out, what Baylor did, was they put themselves on the self-imposed probation, so for 2 years. So I had 2 years left. So this was something that I didn't have nothing to do with, wasn't a part of, and now I'm being affected because, the coach is paying for the guy's school and this huge, scandals going on. So that year, that sophomore year, TJ probably had the best year in college basketball. He kind of ran the gauntlet, Final Four, Naismith Player of the Year, first team All-American. He gets drafted. So this happens maybe 3 weeks before school starts. TJ goes to the NBA, so everything happens like 3 weeks before school started. So all the scholarships are pretty much taken up. So my options was Coach Courtney was at TSU. He had took the job at TSU. So I'm like, man, I'm coming from the Big 12. I done had a great year. Like, I'm not trying to go to the SWAC, man. I really don't want to go back to Baylor with all
Hey,
this.
not to cut you off, KT, but you were what, the Big 12 most improved player, right?
Yeah. So everything happened, but it was probably a blessing in disguise because, like I said, everything just kind of fell into place. So, like I said, with TJ being the godfather of Texas basketball, having an incredible year, him going to the NBA is what freed up a scholarship for me to go to Texas. So with him, it was that's my brother. Like, I don't care what nobody say about him. Like, that's family. Like, what he did, he opened the door for me to pretty much get to Texas. So I'm forever indebted. That's my brother, man. Like the loyalty is crazy. But like I said, he opened the door for me to go there. And man, like, I didn't know if I was gonna play or not. I didn't care. I just wanted the opportunity. So with me having that great year, that sophomore year,
The
it was
opportunity.
actually pretty much an audition because Rick Barnes got to see me that year. So it was actually like a blessing in disguise. So I go from, trying to work our way up in the Big 12 to going to a team that's coming off a Final Four year. That's an elite team in the Big 12. I actually got there. So not only did he open the door, he gave me a chance, but, I was hungry. I didn't care if I was going to play or not. So I came in, wanted to take something, wanted to earn my minutes, and whatever the chips fell is what it was going to be. So I actually had the opportunity to play some valuable minutes on that team, end up starting games that year too as well, and the rest is kind of history, man.
That's
Man,
dope, boy.
hold on, Nose.
Good, good.
I'm glad this baby ass you just said that, right? So he said he was able to play some games.
Yeah.
So this your junior year in college, right, KT?
Say that one more time.
I say this your junior year. This junior year at UT, but it's your first year at UT, but it's your junior year as far as eligibility.
Yes,
Sweet.
sir.
So you get there, you say you didn't know you was gonna play or not. You only started 2 games that junior year, right? And one of them was against Duke. That's my man over there, right?
Hey, clip this part, man. Clip this part.
Hey, I wasn't gonna say nothing, dog. I wasn't gonna bring that up. I wasn't gonna even bring that up, man.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna bring it up.
Well, hold up. Before you bring it up, tell us how the recruitment started with Duke, though. Did that come from y'all high school at Willow Ridge, or was that top? There we go. Talk to me.
I
What's
mean,
up?
you know this, Los. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I
You was
want
one
them
of
to
them
know.
dudes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you was one of them dudes, but we didn't get to where we got to because of it helped. Let me start with that. Our high school team being as good as we were, that helped, right? But we was handling business on the national stage in the summertime against the other dudes around the country. You know what I'm saying? So that's where really we got our reputation from. Handling business on the Adidas circuit, doing what we did at ABCD, all all that type of stuff. Bob Gibbons tournament, all the big time tournaments back then. That's where we really got our name from. And then we was able to carry that along and keep that going because our high school team was so good, and most of us played together in the summertime still. So we didn't really have a break as far as our high school team playing together. Like half of us still played on the Adidas team, superstars with Coach Jury, right? And then the other half played with Nike with the Jaguars.
Okay.
Chemistry, dog. Our chemistry was so strong because guys literally playing with each other year round, basically. So when we come back to high school together, we ain't really missing no beat. Our 3 top players played together all year round for 4 years. Me, KT, and TJ, we go from high school straight to AU, back to high school. You know what I'm saying? That continued for 4 years.
Yeah. How did Duke come about? When did Duke get on your radar?
I always wanted to go to Duke, right? That was the dream school. How can I get to Duke? And so my freshman year, Coach Courtney set me down and was like, man, what you trying to do with this, man? You got a lot of talent, man. People, a lot of people saying a lot of good things about you, man. You know what I'm saying? You do this right, you can get to where you're trying to go. So we made out a little list of, what I got to do to accomplish, you know what I'm saying? X, Y, and Z, from academics to, you know what I'm saying, to the basketball part, right? And so I took care of academics. I was always a good student, so that was easy. Basketball wise, I didn't know what I could become. I just knew I could play a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what you really can do or what's really gonna happen for you. So I'm just out there hooping, bro. And so I think Duke really came into play like after my sophomore year. So as a rising junior, right? So I did my thing as sophomore that summer, AAU. Like I really took off that summer. And Duke started sending me stuff then. But really, people don't know this. The school that I really almost committed to, like the first blue blood. So here's the thing too. I was only going to a blue blood school. Straight up. It was only gonna be Duke, Kansas, Kentucky, Arizona, like one of them type of schools. If you weren't one of them type of schools, you didn't have a chance to get me, right? Yeah. I was blessed enough to have them options. Yeah. And that's what I saw growing up. Right. So that was my idea of going to D1. Like, all right, man, it got to be one of them schools. But initially, the first school that really was like, hey, man, you are a guy, like, we giving you a scholarship. What you gonna do? Was Kentucky. Okay. Like the first school that was really like, hey, we ready to go if you ready to go. And I was like, bet. But they messed that up, though. They messed that up. I was all in. What they do, D.U.? I was all in, bro. Like, I would have been a Kentucky Wildcat. Tubby Smith messed that up. So what happened was, I'm going into my junior year. This is my junior year going into my senior year. I'm at ABCD. I've been talking to Kentucky strong, right? Everything going good. They seeing all the good stuff. And so I get to ABCD, and I had just had like one of my best games at ABCD. And a reporter come up to me, and I'm thinking the reporter want to talk about the game I just had. And I think it was a woman. And if I'm not mistaken, she asked me, he was like, have you heard the news? And I was like, what news? I was like, no, what news are you talking about? And she said, Tubby Smith just announced that whoever commits first between you and Rashard Caruth, you know Rashard Caruth, Los, yeah, right? Yeah. Whoever commits between you and Rashard Caruth gets the scholarship. Now, mind you, this is definitely news to me because I probably just talked to Tubby Smith 2 days earlier. All good conversation, you know what I'm saying? And so I was like, okay, I'm thinking I got two. But at the same time, I'm at ABCD, my parents not with me. So I'm like, I'm not gonna make no decision. My dad ain't here. I'm like, all right, I got time to get home and talk to my parents about it and see what they say. Man, it was a big announcement, like 10 minutes later. Mind you, to make a long story short, Rashard Caruth is at Nike 100 camp, top 100 on the Nike side. Yeah. Right?
I remember that.
Right? Yeah. I'm at ABCD we on separate, like we this is nowhere close to each other. And this ain't Twitter era where instantaneously information get to somebody right away. And so like 10 minutes later, man, it was a big announcement at ABCD that Rashard Caruth made that, he took it off, made the commitment.
He committed at Nike camp, I believe.
Yeah, like he committed. And so everybody's looking at it because everybody knew, like, they thought I was a shoe-in to go to Kentucky. So now everybody at Adidas looking at me like, oh shit, like, what's going on? What you gonna do? You and I'm like, I'm gonna just keep hooping, bro. Like, I knew I wasn't making no decision that day. So I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen, bro. And I'm gonna keep hooping. And everything worked out how it was supposed to work out, bro. Because I ended up eventually getting to school that I always dreamed about going to. I was the only dude that they recruited that year. A lot of people don't know that. I was the only freshman in my class to go to Duke out of 01.
Damn, I ain't know that. That makes sense, though. That makes sense, though, now that you say that. Yeah.
I'm the only freshman, bro. Out of all the people that, you know what I'm saying, that was good, and like, there's a lot of guys that was good. A lot of the people that wanted to go to Duke, I'm the only guy that got the scholarship. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, Duke got on me probably like after my sophomore year, going into my junior year. And it was just a steady progression. And here's the thing, too. I was never waiting. Like I said, I was ready to go to Kentucky. Okay. I was ready to go to Kentucky. 2 days before I committed to Duke, I had told Coach Roy Williams at Kansas, at the time he was at Kansas, that I was ready to set up my business. It just, like I said, I wasn't waiting for Duke, but when Duke got the call and said, hey, man, you are a guy, it was nothing else left to be said. Everything, I was like, bet. Like, It's a
Now,
wrap. We can't do no more talking.
let me ask you this real quick before I got something for you too, KT. But let me ask you this, D. Ewing. When it's all said and done, how you feel your career at Duke? Do you regret anything? Do you feel like you should have went somewhere else? You could have like opportunities went there. Was they there? Talk to us about that. What you think about your
So
college career?
no, and that's a fair question. Everybody asks this question, and I'll tell you this: I don't regret too much, right? I ain't gonna say I regret. Like I said, I grew up. That's the school I wanted to go to. I got a chance to go there, right? Now, some things might not have went the way I thought they would have went. Or, you know what I'm saying, wish they would have went, but I got a chance to go to the school that I always wanted to go to. So at the same time, they gave me the opportunity to go there, but I also still had to choose to go there. You feel me?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I could have went anywhere.
Yeah.
So I don't regret it in that sense. I'll say this though: if I could do it all over again, because that's the only school I went to visit. If I could do it all over again, knowing what I know now, right? I would have took all my business.
Mm.
I would have
Okay.
went to Kansas, right? I would have went to Arizona. I would have, you know what I'm saying? Took some BS visits. You know what I'm saying? I would have went to some different schools just to get a compare and contrast of what's what. And then, you know what I'm saying? Just to get some, all right, what they saying over here. It sounds similar to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just went, all I know is Duke, right? So if I could do it all over again, I would have took all my business and then had a compare and contrast. Like, all right, they saying this over here. It don't really sound like this over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you on that. KT, that's what I want to ask you though. That situation at Baylor, you saying that the two guys that was involved in the situation, that was over the summer while y'all wasn't enrolled in school?
Yeah, so it was during the summer session. So the first part, like right after the spring season, and you got the summer session. There's 2 sessions in summer school. So we were required to go to the first session of summer school, and then the second session we could go home. So we're in summer school, we're taking classes, everybody kind of doing their thing. We practicing every day, going to the gym. But since we like not in the official school year, boys is missing a few times, and they kind of doing their thing, which I ain't really tripping. Y'all do your own thing. I'm trying to make the most of my opportunity. It was a thing. It was just kind of weird, man, because those two really hung with each other off the court. So the way things kind of went down, only the guy who I think he might have just got released. Only he really know the real truth,
Man,
because
we
it
need to
was
get a
just them
hold of
two.
his ass.
Hold on. So that's what I was gonna say, Los. Before you ask, brother. No.
Nah.
Before you
Leave
ask
that boy alone.
another
Hey man,
question,
let that man be, man.
and listen, that's why I say
hey,
this. Hold
hey,
on.
don't shine no light on that man, man.
Now listen.
Yeah.
Let
Okay.
that man be.
And
Okay.
listen,
Square minutes,
KC,
KT.
let me ask you this. I want to ask you this, KC, and we're gonna leave it alone, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
My question: did the coach ask you try to coerce you into saying that the deceased brother, I don't even want to say his name, was a drug dealer? Were you one of those players that he tried to coerce into saying that BS?
Yeah, man. So like I say, I was in Houston, so I got a phone call from him when everything started coming out. So, just kind of thinking back, he playing the role like, yeah, man. So, he was kind of involved in drugs and this and that, and I'm like, man, I don't know nothing about that, man. Like, I mean, I've never seen it, so I can't really confirm or confirm that situation. So, like I say, if you making that call to me, like I don't know nothing about that, coach. Like I don't know what you're talking about. So,
Right.
yeah, I did receive that phone call. So I didn't know it then, because like I say, everything that was going on, it kind of came out in a documentary later. But when I kind of think back to how things went, yeah, man, he called me, man, but like I say, I wasn't into those type of things.
Right,
And
right.
like I said, I sure ain't fit to, throw somebody on the bus. Not necessarily throw somebody on the bus, but I had no knowledge of it. So I couldn't speak to those things.
What doc is that?
Hold on, okay, hold on,
Mhm.
Lois. Let me ask you this, KC.
Mhm.
Did they reach out to you to be a part of that documentary?
Yeah, they did, man. But it was a thing where I didn't think it was showing the guy who got killed in a positive light. So if his family wasn't really on board and they didn't really have them involved, like I didn't really want no parts of it. So they kind of Like if they reached out to me in that aspect, and I knew it was something positive that can potentially give back, to that man's family, then I'm all aboard with it. But if you just kind of reaching out, trying to get the story and trying to do this and do that, like I ain't really for that.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Hold on.
I didn't even know it was a documentary. What was that shit on?
What?
It's called Disgrace. It's a documentary called Disgrace.
Disgrace?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but look, hold on. Before we keep talking about that, let me say this, KT.
Nigga stupid.
Hey, I don't know. See, now, this is where I think it's some bullshit. To be honest with you, I think everybody on that roster at that time, I think y'all should get updated no matter what on everything going on with that, because y'all was a part of that situation, not by force, but by by that situation, right? So I'll update you. The coach that we talked about, he's now he work at a federal prison. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Yeah, they touched on that a little bit.
Bet. So he's working at a federal prison. Now the guy that was convicted of murder, he's released, right? And hey, he live in Houston.
No, he don't.
Say man.
No, he don't.
Say man.
Hey, Bobby, crazy dog.
Say man. LTC man.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever you want me to edit out this, I'm edit out so that boy don't come tracking nigga down. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, fuck that nigga, man.
No.
Shit.
But honestly, research, the man just been released. He on a positive note right now, but he do reside in the Houston area. So whatever you want to release or don't release, that'll be on you. But I'm just lacing you up because I just did research. So they're being released. He's fully paroled, so it ain't like in the halfway house and all that shit no more. I don't know if y'all know about the federal system. You get out, you got to go through a process or some type of program to make sure that they try to incorporate you back into society. But he's fully released. Supposed to be on some positive notes. And now I will leave with this. The deceased stepdad that always been a part of this, just from my research and just knowing about it, he said from the beginning he wants to talk to the brother. And the brother agreed that he would talk to him and tell him what happened in person. So the deceased stepfather said, hey, now that he's released, he's hoping to get that one-on-one conversation to know what happened to his stepson. So, but
that's live. I didn't know that. Yeah.
I want to ask D Ewing this, because shit, not every joker and not many guys, especially nowhere in the States, but especially out of Houston, get the opportunity to go to Duke University as a basketball or collegiate athlete. D Ewing, who were two of the coolest players on that team in your 4-year stint at Duke University?
Two of the coolest. At the time, I had to say I was real cool with Dante Jones. That was my guy in school, and my guy Sean Darkley.
KT, cut it out,
man,
KT. Cut it out, KT.
Hey, y'all boys riding elevators, man. What
You
y'all
already
doing,
know where he
man?
going, D.
Look, that ain't got nothing to do.
Going, bro.
Look, hey, you heard what I say when I was in school. I say in school. Now,
y'all boys had a handshake, man.
That man, a grown man now doing what he do in the apartment
Bobby B,
building.
you know about what they talking about, Bobby B?
Hey, it's all
Okay.
Plus, I really care D Ewing, so I'm just.
Well, he said D. Ewing said one of his cool teammates, one of them, the first guy he named, he said back in school though was D. Jones. You know what I'm saying? Dante Jones. You know about Dante Jones though?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying recently what happened with him. His little viral moment recently. Oh man. Hey man. I ain't gonna do the man like that. I'll tell y'all fair. I'll tell y'all fair. Yeah. Who another one though, D. Ewing? Who another?
Sean Darkley, that was my guy. I mean, that's
okay.
Sean Darkley, my guy to Chicago. You said two, but those two for sure. You know what I'm saying? Those two for sure was two of the they was my guys. Like that's who I kicked it with. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Let me ask you this to piggyback on that. You ain't gotta tell us what your job description is, but what you doing now in currently for the NBA, is that something that you got involved with through your relationships with the head coach, or is that something that you had going on beforehand?
Yeah. So that's
That,
something
hey,
I
those asking to explain what is it, his position, and that what actually they do for the ones that don't know.
yeah, I'll talk about it. So so to answer your first question, that I got on with the Lakers before JJ got hired as the head coach. So this is what, second year? This is my fourth year with the Lakers. This is second year with the Lakers. So I was already 2 years in when he became the head coach. So yeah, so my relationship, I had no prior relationship with anybody from the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? I was out here grinding, trying to figure out what was next for me after I retired, and you know, came up on a good situation, and they reached out, and you know what I'm saying, and it's been good ever since. Yeah, I'm a college scout for the Lakers, and so basically my job is to go out here and analyze and critique NBA prospects, or you know, guys who think they're NBA prospects, to try to see if they fit basically, you know, our team and our personnel for upcoming years.
Got you. What are you do specific areas? Do you or you go all across the country?
I
Specific
go, yeah. So fortunately for me, I get to go all across the country. I'm not, you know what I'm saying, I'm not just relegated to being in the Southwest, or you know what I'm saying, just being in Texas, or being, you know, Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana. I go everywhere. And wherever the talent is, I'm capable of, you know, capable of being there.
Do you look okay? So this is what I'm asking for, because I know it's easy to find like the talent that everybody knows that we see on TV, the big names that we all know. Is your job to go find like hidden gems, maybe guys they don't know about, or do they take your word? Like, say for instance, it might be a kid at a, I don't know, like a D2 or something that's tearing it up. He might be averaging, you know, 25, 30 a game, and people don't know about him. Is that, if you look at the kid and you like, man, this dude's a pro. Is that something you can go to somebody in the organization and speak on and kind of get them, you know, a look or something like that, or how does that work?
Now that's good. Now, absolutely. Like, if you find like I said, whatever you find or whatever you believe, bring it to the table and be able to back it up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, right.
Whether they accept it or not, it ain't up to you, but it's a part of your job. So if I go see Carlos Hurt, if he ain't on the radar to be an NBA prospect, I say, hey man, it's a kid named Carlos. I think we should take a look at him, man. He got it, right? I did my job at that point.
Gotcha.
What, you know what I'm saying? They do a good job of, you know, hearing you out, hearing your opinion, and they'll go check him out. And if they just feel like he's not that guy, that player is not ready yet, then they'll just say, all right, yeah, no, we won't have no other guys go out right now. We don't, you know what I'm saying? We don't think it's worth our time. If they do, hey guys, we're gonna add Carlos Hurt to the list of guys we think everybody should see. And that's just, you know what I'm saying, it's not work. Like, yeah, you present whoever you think is good enough that people should be checking out, that you think got a shot, or you think be good for the team that you're working for. And you know what I'm saying? And the leadership will let, you know what I'm saying, they'll decide whether or not yay or nay. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
But to answer your point, of course, there's already a list of guys that everybody gonna know to start off with.
One more question, D. One more question. When you walk in these gyms, when you go in these gyms, do you got like you team logo stuff on, or do these people not know who you are? Like, do the players know who you are?
Nah. So for the most part, I try not to have on. If I'm like at an NBA event where it's gonna be a whole bunch of other NBA scouts there, then yeah, you know what I'm saying, I might have on some Lakers gear. But if I'm at like a college game, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna have some random fan who gonna just randomly like see and start asking questions. And you know what I'm saying? So I try to just blend in, because I'm sitting in the crowd for the most part. A lot of times you might be sitting right next to regular fans. Then sometimes, you know, there's a scouting section, you know, where you just sitting by other scouts. Like sometimes you're sitting in the crowd you know what I'm saying, as regular fans, whether it be the home team or away team. So I try not to wear too much Laker gear in those situations.
Gotcha. Do the college coaches know you coming? You interact with the college coaches?
So like, yeah, if I'm coming to, because for the most part, you got to get the tickets from one of the college teams.
Okay.
And they, you know what I'm saying? So yes, for the most part, the college coaches know what team is sending a scout there and who that scout. I don't know if they know they probably know who the scout is, but they definitely know when a team is sending a scout to their game, because we gotta get the tickets to one of the two teams that's playing.
Gotcha. Okay. Hey man, it's a blessing right here though, man.
Hey, do me a favor. Tell all the college coaches You my homeboy. Put some extra. We grew up together.
Hey,
Hey,
no,
hey,
straight
no,
up.
hey, but real quick, damn, Los, you almost made me forget the question I had for D Ewing.
My bad.
I wanted to ask you, D Ewing, when you going out here and you recruiting, what's some of the things? No, that's what it was. When you going to watch these collegiate athletes, is it because they are known that they're a confirmed NBA prospect, or that's because you're going to confirm if they are?
Mostly to confirm, right? Because I mean, for the most part, you like a Cooper Flag, Wimbenyana went to college. You know them guys are certified. You know what I'm saying? But also, as a scout, your job, you still want to put your eyes on these guys and see if you see the same thing that everybody else is seeing. You feel me? And sometimes it might be different, right? What you see about in a player, I might not see the same thing. I might not feel the same way about the player you think is really good. So that's why it's important for me, for you, the individual scout himself, to see these kids, see these young athletes play in certain situations with their own eyes, so you can form your own opinion, right? But like, yeah, a lot of times it's to see if the guy has really the level of talent, right? And then you got your handful of kids who you already know, like, yeah, I done seen and heard enough of this kid where I know, like, he's certified.
Gotcha. KT. So does nephew know that he got an uncle that's a scout for the Lakers, man? Do he know he got this shit lined up, man? What's going
man.
on?
Hey, it's deeper than rap, man.
Yeah,
Hey, look,
yeah.
Hey, we tied in, man.
you ain't
Yes,
see my
sir.
question.
Just
That's
do
why
your part. Hey,
the
just do
boys
Yeah.
your part.
out of
Do
history.
your part.
They got a lot of history going on. They kind of help bring the Adidas circuit to the Houston market. Just and we're gonna call it a spade, right?
Right.
Then they go on. They got professional careers. Come back, bring back the circuit in Houston because right now it's only them, TJ Ford and Tracy McGrady, the only two Adidas 3SB contracts in Houston. We had a partial deal. The Houston Raptors don't have that no more. So it's on the TJ Ford and Tracy McGrady, two NBA vets with these Adidas contracts, and you got these type of resources. But I want to ask both fellas this. And we'll start with KT. I'm gonna say a name, and you just before I say this brother name, I'm gonna ask y'all this. Before John Urey, was John Urey superstars pretty much Larry Evans' daddy,
For
most
being Magic.
for being Magic team?
Because KT, I answered that one. KT didn't play. KT didn't play on that team, so no. So that wasn't even Larry Evans. Ain't had nothing to do with that team. Larry Evans wasn't even on the Fort Bend Magic.
I thought he played with the Fort Bend Magic.
Larry Evans, no. BD, no.
His daddy didn't coach the Magic.
Nah, that was actually the superintendent of Fort Bend at the time. Arthur Cover was the guy who started the Fort Bend Magic.
Ah,
right?
damn.
Yes, nah. BD ain't had no BD. No, BD.
So what was that team with all y'all? I don't remember KT, but the team with D Ewing, Lil D, you,
That's the
Kendrick
team.
Dave.
That was the team.
BD wasn't on that team?
No, so it was D Woodson, myself, Tree, Vince even played with that team for one summer. Vince Young,
Corey
Jackson, Curtis. I'm trying not to be. It was called Fort Bend Magic because most of us was from Fort Bend schools, right?
Okay.
They tried to bring all the best talent from the Fort Bend schools that they knew, bring us together, and then we had like 2 or 3 guys that, like I said, VY, and like 2 other guys that wasn't from Fort Bend schools playing with us too.
KT, who you play with?
So I didn't actually get on the AAU till after my freshman year. So I didn't play AAU basketball, man. So my skills came from just going to different courts, different neighborhoods, and just trying to find games. So I actually stayed in A-League for some time, man.
But I was just about to say, tell them boys, man. Tell them boys, man.
So,
line it up. Go on, line it up, man. Tell them what you used to stay at A-League, baby.
Yeah, man. So we on that Cook Road at Pelican's Landing, man.
Oh, that Cook.
Come on, man. Y'all hear that boy, man?
Yeah.
That boy's at that Pelican's Landing. Go ahead, KT. My bad. Go ahead. I got excited. My bad.
My boy Stickers, man, we was locked in since first grade, bro. So, all we did was play sports. I stayed the night at his crib. So I kind of missed that transition. If I would have went to middle school out there, then we would all, we'd have all been linked up together too as well. So we
Yeah.
just happened to move to Missouri City. So when I was in the 5th grade, I finished at Brygate and then went to McCullough.
Okay.
But I played in the first got a glimpse of Daniel at the South Post Oak basketball league. So this is where all the hoopers in Mo City played at. So that's where I kind of, I didn't play AAU, but I played in league. So, that's how my stuff pretty much started. But I didn't really get onto AAU until after my freshman year because Yuri was actually at the school teaching. And like I said, I was killing my freshman year, average, probably about 30 points. So he would come to the games and that's how I kind of got introduced to it as well. So my kind of trajectory happened pretty quick within a matter of 2-3 summers.
This first, and KT, you could piggyback. Uh, John Uri, what does that name or that person mean to you?
Man, John Uri will forever be my guy, right? The first, and because I only played for John Uri, so really, but like I said, I had a couple of coaches before that. Like I said, Mr. Culver and Daryl Shelton put me on with his son. I played with Ronnie Price and his son. Kind of
Brian, shout out Brian Shelton.
shout
Yep.
out B. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, Yuri was the only person, well, I'll say the first person besides maybe my family, was the first person to be screaming Daniel Ewing name to anybody that could listen. So for me, man, Yuri my guy. I know, you know what I'm saying? I know his message. I do stuff might not. He don't execute it the best way sometimes, but he means well. But you gotta know him to know that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I know he rubbed a lot of people wrong, man. But Yuri, man, for the most part, especially if you play for him, man, he just want the best for the kids, especially his own, like the kids that play for him, man. He just wants you to do well. He wants you to be successful. And he preaches the right things too. You know what I'm saying? Like Yuri about, teaching kids how to, how to become media, teach them, go to school, get an education. You know what I'm saying? So, he's a family man. So Yuri's about the right thing. His message just comes across kind of miscrewed sometimes because he's too overly excited about the guys that play for him. Some of the stuff, and I'll say this on here, he don't have to do some of the stuff he do about other kids that don't play on his team or that haven't played for him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. I agree. I agree.
So, and I'll leave it as that. He don't have to do that. He's accomplished so much in his game, and he may not get the flowers he deserves.
Mm-hmm.
But but he's also maybe hasn't handled it the way he should have to get those flowers. Right. So the people who know respect him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I said, like I don't trip about people not mentioning my name because I know the people that seen it and witnessed it, they know what it is. I can't worry about the younger kids, you know what I'm saying, who basically just going on the popularity vote. I ain't worry about that. But the people who saw us play and saw me play, they saw it and they respect it. And I know that because I played a long time and I ended up running into a lot of these people as we got older. You know what I'm saying? But for Yuri's done a lot, man, for the city.
Yeah.
Yuri
Yeah.
has a lot for the city, man. Like he's done a lot. He was one of the first, like he ain't the only one, but he's one of the first to really, him and Hal, like really set the tone for AAU basketball in Houston, right? And so that can't go unnoticed, regardless of what his reputation is. If we talk about AAU basketball and guys who trailblazed it for Houston programs, you have to mention John Uri and the guys that he's had play for him.
That's a fact.
And everybody didn't stick with Uri, but Uri done had most of the guys who was really dudes in Houston put on a Houston Superstar uniform at least once or twice.
I got a question about that. I'm gonna let KT go first though. What's your relationship? What you feel about Yuri? I got a question about that though. After KT answer.
Yeah, man, it just kind of piggyback off like what Daniel said, man. Like Yuri, if you one of his guys, he gonna scream your name through the roof. So he was actually an integral part, and me getting to school and getting to college and having the opportunity to go play at ABCD too as well, because these are things that I really didn't necessarily know about. Because like I said, I wasn't really on that AAU market, early on. But locking in with Yuri, like I say, he was an integral part of my career. I have nothing but respect for him too as well. But to know Yuri is like you got to understand Yuri. Like I said, like he is for his guys. And if you one of his guys, he gonna make sure the world know that you one of his guys. So, like I said, I got nothing but love for Yuri too as well. It was another guy that was with Yuri, Jalon Debs, who was actually a huge part of my career too as well. So those guys were, kind of working together, and they kind of went their separate ways. But like I say, Jalon, when I do see him, I make sure I let him know that I appreciate him and the things that he's done for me in my career, and then also John Yuri too as well. So like I say, he get a bad rep because the way he kind of maneuver things, but like I say, he's good in my book. I always respect him. Like Yuri is Yuri. Either you love him and he gonna be who he gonna be. And like I said, if you one of his guys, you are one of his guys. And ain't nothing nobody can tell you. Ain't nothing nobody can tell him about you. So like I said, I appreciate him too as well.
Nah, for sure. What I was gonna ask y'all though, when did the Houston Superstars fold or whatever after we got out of high school? 'Cause I know.
Los, he still got the team right now, Los. They ain't
I
folded.
know, no, but what I'm saying, I know it was a break in between though.
Yeah.
They didn't always have the superstars
Yeah,
after.
it was a break. It was a period where. So what happened was Yuri left. Yuri left and went to Minnesota. I think he went to live in Minnesota.
Damn.
I think
Okay.
he went to, for a few years. He left and went to Minnesota, and that's when the break came in of when he didn't have the Houston Superstars.
Was this right after y'all or a couple years?
No, this wasn't right after us because he still had the team. Yeah, because I remember I came back from, was I in college or in the league at the time? He wanted me to look at Joe Young. Joe Young was playing for him at the time.
Okay.
This might have been
Okay.
when he came back. Hold on, but that might have been when he came back and resurged. He was superstar.
Okay.
It wasn't right after because he still had guys like B.J. Johnson playing for him after we left.
I remember. Okay. Okay.
So that was a few years after that was a couple of years after we left that a guy like B.J. played for him.
Gotcha.
Hey, I want to ask both fellas this. D. Ewing, we'll start with you, then we'll piggyback to KT. KT, we'll go to your 2 years at University of Texas. D. Ewing, I want to go to your 4 years, I'm sorry, at the University of Duke. Who were the two best players in your 4 years of Duke history? And KT, who was the two best players at University of Texas when you were there? D. Ewing, if you don't mind, can you answer that question for me now, brother?
The two they played against?
Yeah.
No, hell no. The two on the team, but they know that just
Okay.
they seen them a whole season. Who could cook, who could work, who the scouting reports was about, really in their opinion, because I don't give a fuck about no scouting report.
Nah, that's easy. So the best player that I played with at Duke, that I played with, period, was Jay Williams.
Yes, sir.
Killer.
Yeah.
like Jay Will was a straight killer, bro. So that's number one for sure. Two, I would have to say, as far as like just flat out hooping and talent, I would probably have to say Luau Deng.
Okay.
Now, talking about like accolades and what they accomplished, I would have to say JJ would probably be second. But we just talking about like hooping and talent.
That talent, Luau Deng, that's a good one, boy. I know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? Like Luau was freshman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Before one and done was a thing. Like Luau came to Duke and was out of there after 1 year.
Yeah. I didn't know you. That's a wide range, though. That's crazy. Like you saying Jay Will and then Luau, because Luau was younger than you, I assume, right? If I ain't
he was
mistaken.
2 years younger.
He 2 years younger and Jay Will 2 years older than us.
Right.
Yeah. So that's I see. Yeah. Who you got, KT?
Man, I say two players. I'll probably say Royale Ivy, man. So like he pretty much was the coach of that Texas basketball team when I first got there, man. He was super solid. Like as far as his leadership, as far as his work ethic, as far as him bringing it every day, he pretty much set the tone. Now he may not have been as skilled and highly raved as a Jay Will, but in my eyes, man, this guy was pretty much like I say, the culture of Texas, the identity of Texas. Yeah. And then that second year, LaMarcus Aldridge, man, is like he was just incredible. But he ended up getting hurt his freshman year, like the second half. So he didn't really kind of get loose that freshman year. But when he first started, man, he was 7 foot, run the floor, turn around, jump shot, just smooth, man. And, man, we knew that he was one of them ones that's probably wasn't gonna be in school for a long time. And then also PJ too, man. PJ Tucker
PJ.
was a dog. So we kind of got there around the same time. My junior year was his freshman year, so we locked in. And man, he was like I say, he 6'4", 6'5" on a good day, and he was just man like he couldn't be stopped. So like I said, he took off a lot his senior year too as well. I think he ended up getting player of the year. But early on, you knew he was gonna be one of them dudes too.
That's a good list, right? Both of y'all got some good ones right there. Yes,
Hey,
sir.
D. Ewing, let me ask you this. And we know you're a bad motherfucker. You've been busting motherfuckers' ass all your life. But your freshman year, who bust your ass?
In college? You talking about in
He
college?
said in college. He said in
Oh,
college.
yeah, college. My bad.
Yep, yep, in college.
Yep.
You know what, man? Like I said, I was at Duke, so I was going up. It was like high school, right? I'm going up against top dogs every day in practice. So Jay Will, not that he, but like Jay Will was already, that's a tough guard to guard every practice. Chris Duhan's, you know what I'm saying? Chris Duhan's a tough guard to guard, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mike Dunleavy's 6'9". I went through this in practice, but if I had to say a guy who I was like, man, this dude cold, would be Juan Dixon.
Oh, okay. Warren Dixon. Yes, sir.
Juan Dixon at Maryland.
Yeah.
Juan Dixon was, yeah, he was like that, bro.
Yeah.
Juan
Yeah.
Dixon was like that. Yeah.
Who you got, KT?
Man, it was this guy at Oklahoma named Hollis Price.
Hollis Price.
Hollis.
Hey,
Hollis, shout out Hollis, man.
yeah, hey, man,
Yeah.
I wasn't ready.
He's still at U of H, right? Coaching at U of H?
Yep.
Yeah, he coached at U of
Okay,
H, man.
okay.
Hollis Price. Hey, man, I wasn't ready for it, man. I go
Yeah.
back to the drawing board, man.
Yeah.
Like
Now his motor different. Yeah.
Yeah, he was super tough, man. But like during that time, the top two conferences was probably ACC and the Big 12. So every night, man, it was a guy. Texas Tech, you had Andre Emmett in the league. Texas A&M,
That's the
you
king.
had B. King out there putting in major work.
Yeah.
Like,
Hold on. KT, you talking about,
Mhm.
is that Bernard King, the one played with you, lost at the Fundy?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
B King. Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm a crazy guy.
Yeah.
Hey, look. Hey, look, y'all boys don't know. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Lowe's. I'm a fan of KT. I'm a fan of D. Whether y'all know it or not. Hey, I'm a basketball heaven tonight.
It was B. King was super nice at Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Man, Kansas in the league too is lit as well. Kirk Heinrich, them boys. Keith Langford was solid at Kansas too, man.
Kansas. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, every night, like I say, playing in those top leagues, it was gonna be a guy that can get to it.
Yeah. Nah, that's dope.
Hey,
That's dope.
Lowe's, can I ask one more question? You ain't no fan, man. Shut your ass up. You like against you a McDonald's All-American and shit. Hey, I'm a fan right now. Hey,
Go in.
Hey, D. Ewing, at what point did you know you were gonna make it to the NBA, or it was at least an opportunity?
After TJ did what he did, after TJ sophomore year, witnessing that and then experiencing, you know what I'm saying, him becoming an NBA player and the stuff that come with that, right? Y'all was like, all right, yeah, this is because that's my guy. Like we, you know what I'm saying? We arm in arm, right? You know, so I'm like, oh, this really possible. But I'm gonna tell you, no, really though, what really made me believe that I had a chance, and this is the honest truth. I'm a basketball like savant, bro. I really I came up in this game. I saw y'all podcast, y'all was talking about some of the guys from the 90s. I saw them guys play live. I was a ball boy for my brother's team. So I saw Tim Moore live. I saw them, you know what I'm saying? I saw Tim Moore beat my brother high school team. You know what I'm saying? I saw Bobby Crawford. I saw Trey Moore. I saw these dudes live when I was playing. Houston basketball is in my, like the history of Houston basketball is in my blood.
Yeah.
When I really knew I had a chance is after I played against Rashard Lewis as a freshman in high school, right? And then that summer, and I didn't know much about Rashard at the time, but then that summer I hear his name get called in the draft. That's when the light bulb really was like, oh, you got a chance, dog. Because it felt familiar. I was like, this guy's from Houston. I just played against him. I'm from Houston. I think I'm good. I got a chance. But then when TJ actually did it, I was like, oh yeah, like it's time to really lock in and get there, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I want to speak on something real quick. You made me think about it. I don't think like guys that watch this podcast or even the young fellas that's coming up, you parents talking to your kids, like you really have to go back and study and really admire and appreciate the things that my guy TJ did in that 2-year run at Texas. Like everybody has a lot to say about what this guy would have did, what this team would have did. Man, listen, that shit that man did at the University of Texas in that 2-year span, legendary, bruh. Legendary. It like he's automatically and then this ain't just me. This is like analytics. This is the people who break that shit down or whatever. They will have TJ and his run at Texas, top 10 all-time point guards in college basketball history.
You goddamn right.
In college basketball, I'm saying college basketball history. We ain't talking about Houston. We ain't talking about Texas. We ain't talking about high school. I'm talking about Division I, NCAA, Power 5, the best of the best. TJ gonna go down top 10. One of the best PGs to ever do it. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta really appreciate that coming from our city, coming from where we come from, far as that basketball culture. Man, that's amazing to say. I played alongside of him, or I played with him, played against him, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I just want people to don't just let that go over your head. Oh, he, just played at Texas 2 years, bruh. Go do your homework on that shit.
Nah,
Go do your research, man.
you know what, Lo?
I could be
Hold on, Bobby B. Let DU finna say something. Hold on.
my bad basketball Royce.
He can't hear you. He can't hear you. Go ahead, D.
Nah, but you know what, Los? And people don't realize this is that if TJ don't do what he did at Texas, dog, and Kenny mentioned it, he mentioned it like subtly. TJ Ford is the godfather of Texas, like the University of Texas basketball. Without TJ Ford coming through Texas and doing what he doing, it ain't no KD, it ain't no LaMarcus Aldridge, it ain't none of that's happening because Texas basketball wasn't at that level before TJ came. Yeah, they were still getting. They had some guys, and I can name the Reggie Freemans, the BJ Tylers, like Chris Mims, like Gabe Benecki. I can name guys that was before TJ, but nobody was really trying to go to Texas like they tried to go to Texas since TJ came and did what he did, and that's not spoken. That's not spoken about enough. Like because you got a guy like KD that's go there, so of course he gonna be the bigger name. But like if it weren't for TJ Ford.
KD ain't going to Texas if TJ don't do what he did.
Exactly.
KD ain't thinking about Texas.
Booby Gibson don't want to follow and go to Texas. You know what I'm saying? If TJ don't go do what he, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man.
Basically, he created a whole program at such a level that where now kids from Texas, especially, can see themselves like, man, I can stay at home and go to one of the top schools and play basketball because that wasn't like that before. Like, ain't no way hell you can convince me to go to Texas. I didn't see TJ going to Texas and doing what he did. Had I seen that, we would have stayed together. But I was like, man, you going to Texas? I was like, man, you tripping, dog. You going to Texas? I was like, man, you tripping, dog. Everybody got their own vision. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey man, I was in the same conference, so I seen it like firsthand, just kind of checking the games, every game. Like, damn, he killing, damn, he killing. When he cut them when he cut them braids off, bro. Hey man, it was a wrap. Hey, that TJ Ford when he cut them braids off. Hey man, he took it to another level, man. Because like I say, his freshman year, he led the country in assists, but I don't think his body was ready, for that Big 12 conference because it's a gauntlet. But that second year when he got his legs on them and he was grooving, man, he was tough to deal with, man. Like I said, we played him a few times in our conference, man, and we were talking on the court, and he probably was going about 60%, and we think we in the game, so he like, man, all right, man, I'm about to turn it on right now, and it's just the game, the game just get out of hand. He like, all right, KT, you had enough fun, and he just turned it on to another level, man. But like I said, for him to, like I say, put in the call, man. Like I said, when everything went down, and he called me like, bro, you want to go to Texas? And I'm like, shit, hell yeah, I want to go to Texas. He's like, all right, you good. And then within the next day or two, I'm in Rick Barnes' office talking about me going to school, man. So, like I say, he is the Don, the Godfather, whatever you want to call it. Like, he is that for Texas, man. So, I just appreciate it. Like, he my homeboy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, sometimes you overlook it, but when you sit back and kind of analyze and, like I say, D Ewing too, man, like I was a part of like a very special group, man. So, like I said, we always forever locked in and know my brothers forever, man.
Square business.
KT,
Square
let
business.
me ask you this before I ask D Ewing. I told you, though, shut your baby ass up, man. I'm taking over tonight. But KT, damn, man. I want to ask you this. What was the better recruitment for you, coming out of high school or leaving Baylor? Because like you said, leaving Baylor, it might not have been as many opportunities, but knowing the opportunity was, like, what was just better for you? Let me say this, compare the two for us, because a lot of kids ain't gonna put it on that level. Like my baby ass. Ain't no D1
Yeah,
called my baby ass. So what was that experience like, brother?
man. Like I said, I was kind of on the same lines as D Ewing. Like I didn't take any visits to any other schools too as well. So kind of playing out of high school, my recruitment process, Seton Hall was on me. Florida State was on me a little bit. Wake Forest was on me, and then a lot of schools in Texas. But Calvin Lewis, Ice, they call him Ice. He was an assistant coach at Baylor, and he was just pretty much at all my games. Every time I look up, every time I got out the car, like he was there. So the opportunity to play in the Big 12 and not be far away from home was kind of one of the key points for me going to Baylor. Like I say, Baylor is an awesome school. It's like one of the top private schools in the country, academic wise. So I knew I was kind of setting myself up with that. But unfortunate circumstances kind of made that experience not really what I wanted to be. So
Yeah.
at that time, like I say, Baylor was a private school. Going to class, there's only 20 people in class. The classes are not big. So, I kind of compared Baylor to like a JUCO experience because when I got to Texas, it was like everything you pretty much dreamed of. Like you're paying at a top elite school, you're getting the best, shoes, gear, Nike, playing on TV every night, playing in a huge arena. Like it was just a college experience, man. So it was pretty cool. But more importantly, it was just taking advantage of my situation. Whatever situation was presented to me, like I knew if I got through the situation at Baylor, it was nothing that can stop me. I done been tested. I done been through it. I'm familiar with the conference. So it was just a matter of, me locking in, me putting in the work and keeping that confidence in myself, know that I can compete on a high level. So like I said, I played a lot of high level basketball. So getting to Texas, it wasn't really a culture shock to me, but I knew that I'm about to take advantage of this opportunity. I know I'm
Yeah.
about to try to get on this court. Like you may not expect it, but I'm gonna put the work in. And when you look up, like I'm on the court. In every situation,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
every situation, like I'm on the court. So regardless of what you say, like I'm on the court.
Yeah.
So that was my mentality.
Yeah. Fact.
D Ewing, let me ask you this, brother. And your stint in the NBA, what was the 3 top performances you was able to witness firsthand?
Yeah.
And bro, this is your opinion. This is the Opinions Podcast, baby. You could give me one shit. I'm gonna be good with one. But
You know
what's
what?
up, about
I got one for sure, and it's the only one that's needed. So my rookie year, I get a chance. My rookie year, I played more than my second year, which is backwards. Right. So the coach trusted me more in my rookie. I don't know what happened my second year, but I didn't play at all my second year. Rookie year, I played fairly. Then I started some games. You know what I'm saying? The coach trusted me, whatever. But so my rookie year, I'm on a stretch where the coach is starting me. It's like a 5 or 7 game stretch. Right. I think this like game 2 of the start of me starting. Right. We playing the Lakers. This is Kobe Bryant, number 8, not 24. Yeah, this is 8. This is Kobe Bryant, number 8, right?
Kobe Bryant, number 8. You playing against Kobe. You starting against Kobe Bryant, number 8.
Kobe, and that's my assignment. Coach said I'm a rookie that don't really play a lot. Coach says, Ewing, you got Kobe tonight. All right, bet. I wasn't scared. I wasn't nervous. First of all, because I'm playing my position. I'm playing the 2. So I know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm playing where I know I can play. All right, cool. I'm like, cool. I got Kobe. You know what I'm saying? I'm a guy that pays attention to the scout report. I got a good IQ. So, all right, cool. Just don't get out here, you know what I'm saying? Trying to do nothing stupid. Just keep him in front of you. Try to make him take tough shots, which is easier said than done. But, all right, cool. That's what I did for the first half. Kobe has 12 points at halftime. Right, and I think we winning. He has 12 points at halftime. Meanwhile, I'm not playing bad, but I'm not hitting no shots. Right, so eventually the coach takes me out at the start of the third because he's like, well, you solid defensively. He ain't telling me this, but I'm like, man, like I'm doing it. He got 12 points at halftime and we win, and I'm doing a pretty good job of, you know what I'm saying, of keeping Kobe from going crazy. But I didn't play. I played like the first 5 minutes of the third quarter. I ain't played the rest of the game. And I'm not saying I would have stopped Kobe, but I told y'all he had 12 points a half, right?
Yeah.
Kobe ended up with 50.
He ended up with 50.
He ended
A
up
50 ball.
He ended up with 50. Are y'all hear me?
Yeah.
He ended up with 50, dog, and hit the game-winning point.
And hit the game winner.
He ended up with 50, and he basically hit the go-ahead shot to win the game.
Damn. Hold up, though. Hold up. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is the type shit I'm talking about when niggas get to talking that shit. We talking about TJ Ford, top-tier point guard. God only knows who all he played against through his college, NBA career. We got D. Ewing and stepped on this thing, and you just sat here and told us you started in the NBA for the Clippers against Kobe Bryant. What are we talking about, man? What are we talking about, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro.
We talking about A-Shawn basketball history. And that's why we go put, like, me and Los is putting money that cost, I know, hundreds, thousands of dollars to put that documentary together for Real Rich and Yates. Now, of course, we gonna let y'all talk y'all shit on how you feel the game would have won if y'all would have played. But more importantly, we just want to, we gonna pay thousands of dollars to highlight both of y'all seasons. Because y'all were that great, no matter what. I'm not saying the other guys ain't, fuck all that. But we seen y'all personally. I don't know about Los, but I saw that Yates team personally, and one of my relatives played on that team. Y'all were that good, that goddamn good. Now, they wasn't better than y'all, in my opinion. But, man, y'all both did something for the city that probably will never be done, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I got two more questions. One for D. Ewing, and then I'll piggyback with KT. D. Ewing, I want to ask you this on the NBA level, and then KT, since you got an up and coming top prospect in one of the biggest cities in America, I want you to answer this question on the amateur ball level, the AAU grassroots level. D. Ewing, what was the best and worst thing about the NBA? And KC, when you answer, what's the best and worst thing about AAU grassroots in your opinion? It's no wrong answer because it's y'all opinions on the Opinion Podcast, baby.
I'm just answering about the NBA.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, or just in general?
No, for you.
Okay.
What was the best? You like the best thing, worst?
Easy.
Yeah.
This is easy. For me, the best thing was obviously getting drafted. Lifelong dream. You get drafted. You know what I'm saying? Get a chance to play in the NBA, experience that. The worst thing was the team I got drafted to. Not necessarily the team, the organization I got drafted to, right?
Okay.
At that time, the Clippers weren't the Clippers that they are now, right? This was the old Clippers with I can't even think of the owner name.
I can't think of the one dude. I know you talking about the jerk dude. Yeah.
I can't. But
yeah.
But yeah, this was the old Clippers who wasn't used to winning, who didn't, you know what I'm saying, who didn't have all the necessary, wasn't putting all the necessary resources into the players and athletes that they was drafting and, you know what I'm saying, and putting on the team. So for a guy like me who got drafted second round, who had some iffy, you know, expectations from the outside of, you know what I'm saying, I needed to be in a better, stable, developed franchise that really had a plan for me, and the Clippers didn't have it.
You would have been better off going to a better team, a team that was a good team, rather.
Yeah, I would have been. At the time, I would have been better off like playing for somebody like the San Antonio Spurs. You know what I'm saying? Like that, right? That was gonna have structure. Like I ain't had no structure, dog. Mind you, I come from high school, which, you know what I'm saying, which was structured with Coach Courtney. And I go to Duke, which is more structured, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm in LA playing for the Clippers. I'm in LA playing for the Clippers with money in my pocket in the NBA with no structure.
Yeah.
Nah, it ain't good, dog.
Nah, I can see what you're saying on that for sure. Let me, before you go, KT, was you able to walk across the stage? Being picked second? I don't know. I'm asking for the people.
Oh, in the draft.
Yeah, in the draft. Say in the draft.
No, I was at
Okay.
I was at the crib. So
You was at the crib when you got the call though. So you was with your family and
Yeah.
you got that call. Okay. That's still dope though.
Nah, yeah,
That's
it was
still
dope. I
dope.
had
Yeah.
Fox 26 was out. Mark Berman was out at the house. Had the, you know what I'm saying? So it was dope.
Man, did you cry, nigga? Did you cry?
Bro, I don't remember. I might have though.
Yeah, for sure.
I might have.
Yeah. Okay. KT, what you
Hey,
got?
Los
What?
cry for his ass shit.
Right, me too. Got that right.
Like it was like I really don't remember, but I might have dog. But it was like so much. You know what I'm saying? There was so much going on that night, bro. At that moment, like you was just overwhelmed. It was just overwhelming of excitement. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, for sure. What you got, KT?
What was the question again?
It was like, what's the good? Go ahead, Bobby, tell him.
Well, what's the good and the bad thing, or the best and the worst thing about grassroots AAU as a parent?
I mean, I'll say the best thing is, probably a lot of opportunity out there. The kids are really skilled these days. But the bad thing is there's a lot of bad basketball out there being played, man. So these kids got to get an understanding of kind of what it takes to be at a high level. And a lot of kids maybe try to skip the process and think that they're there before they're actually there. So, getting these kids to understand that it's a lot of work you got to put in, man. Like, and you can't skip the process, man. You can't do it. So, like as a parent, like my son don't even listen to me, and I didn't been through everything that he possibly want to, want to try to go through. So me just kind of stand by his side, maybe giving that information to somebody else to kind of reiterate what I say, but just knowing that, just trying to see the downfalls and see the things where he can get better, before he kind of experience those things and kind of give him that game. So, like I say, as a parent, I kind of let him have his experience, and I try not to get in the way, and I don't talk to coaches, and I'm not trying to finesse situations to try to put them in place. But your journey is your journey, so you got to put the work in. And me as your parent, as somebody who that been through this process, I'm always trying to lead them in the right direction. So that's kind of why I stand on it there.
That's dope. Yeah. Easter. Before we wrap up, we've been on. You got any more questions? We've been on this. We've been on for a 2-piece. What's happening?
Right now. I'm questioning out, man. I'm fanned out, brother. What you
Okay. Nah, but before we go,
fellas, my bad.
No, you good. I like we want to get on the floor. Do D Ewing, KT, y'all got anything y'all want to leave the people with? Man, is there anything that we didn't run across that y'all want to touch on before we get out of here?
you know what? I got something. Like I said, I follow you guys, bro, and y'all be coming with some good content, and it don't just be basketball. That's why I like it. It don't always just be basketball, man. So, but now y'all had a conversation one night about like the best bigs to come out of Houston, right? And the most of the guys that y'all mentioned were legit guys. I think one guy who we forget to mention that was out of high school, that was a dog and doing his thing, that don't get no recognition is George Williams.
Yeah.
George Williams out of Elkins.
Yeah.
Need to be talked about more for what he did in high school.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mentioned George and my eyes don't get mentioned enough.
Maybe I missed
George
I had George on mine that don't get mentioned enough. Yeah.
Okay, maybe I missed that. I missed it.
Nah, you probably did because Bobby B be cutting shit off sometimes. You know what I'm saying? He don't play everything. So you might have mentioned when I mentioned George is one of those names don't get mentioned enough as far as the bigs, though, for sure.
You might have, because you had a segment. You had a segment like that. You had a segment. You was like, man, these guys. Yeah, okay. You might have.
Yeah, they don't get mentioned enough. Yeah. Now George was a guy. He was probably the rival to Rashard at that time.
He was.
Yeah. What you got, KT? You got anything?
No, man. I definitely just appreciate you guys having me on, man. Like I say, it's a dope show, and I'll be watching you guys clip, man. You guys touch on a lot of different topics, man. The content is great. Like y'all had me laughing, man. So it's not like it ain't too crazy or nothing, but y'all get serious at times too. And like I said, the questions were, y'all kind of ask about life, and if you need to talk to somebody, those things are really important to kind of talk to as brothers too, and just check on your brothers, because like I say, everybody you never know what somebody going through, and it's good to kind of tap in with your people too, man. So y'all keep that up, man. And like I say, I'm locked in, like This Yates stuff, man, it had my had my blood pressure up a little bit, man. But you know, it's all good, man. It's, like I say, it's a good conversation. But
Oh, I
like I
wasn't
say,
gonna
man,
interrupt you.
them boys can't mess with us, man. I'm just leave it at that.
But look, KT. KT and DU and I'm gonna let you piggyback what you gotta say, DU. Hey, but if y'all will please give us the opportunity, and we're gonna come to y'all. We're gonna come to y'all with the whole media crew. We're gonna set up, but we definitely want to highlight y'all seasons at Really Riz, and then we'll get into more of y'all opinions about that Yates and that Elsie. Yeah, damn. That Yates and that Really Riz game, if it would ever take place. So we'll dive in that, but we want to make that more of a documentary so they could go out and click and see it. But because a lot of them go talk, but until they know how y'all seasons were and how Yates seasons were, which we want to highlight both, and then we'll get both y'all talking about how that game would be. But that'll kind of help both of them get to reality, in my opinion.
Nah, I think it's a great idea. I think it's a great idea, man. Because I mean, neither side is gonna say the other side is better until you talk to one guy who can really say, because he coached against us, right? And then he went and did what he did with his Yates team. So he saw firsthand, and then he got to have a team to go do what they did. So he'll be the only guy that can really say who really would have. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I done had this conversation with him. And when he said to me, it was great to my ears. So I ain't gonna say nothing else about it because I didn't see the young fellas play. I heard about it and I know what some of them did. But like Los was saying, we had 3 pros on our team. We had four D1 top, you know what I'm saying? They say power 5 players on our, you know what I'm saying? And then the rest of our guys who didn't go D1, that's only because they didn't have the grades. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have the scores, the SAT or the ACT school. So legitimately, we had like 8 or 9 guys that would have went D1 or mid major.
Hey, man.
You can't compete with that, bro.
You can't compete with that, bro. I got a partner. Rest in peace to my dog, Will Wilder. He from Cook Road. He grew up with KT and them, man. Bro, his older brother is assistant coach, was assistant coach under Coach Wise at that time at Yates. My dog, Bo, you gonna watch this. Go talk to your head coach and find out if what D. Ewing is saying is accurate, my brother. Okay? Because me and him go back and forth about this all the time. Coach Wise gonna be able to break it down. See, you know, that's a very credible source to ask right there.
Don't give them too much, man. That's
all right. My bad.
Documentary together because more importantly, both teams and the players need to be recognized for what they did for the city. Like we comparing them because we competitors, but more than importantly, man, both of these teams and these guys, individuals, put Houston on the map nationally. You know what I'm saying? When people didn't respect, really Rich did it when they said, "Oh, Texas just basketball guys, Houston just football guys, football."
Yeah,
Stop, bro.
Short kind of kicked it off, and we all came after that. Yeah,
Short them kicked it off, but once again, you talking about 2 McDonald's All-Americans on one team and several D1 players. Shit is unheard of. Even as good as Yates may have broke more national records, but they don't have the accolades, however you say that shit. You know, I don't know how to read and shit, right? They don't have 2 McDonald's All-Americans and them D1 guys. KT would know this, man. I hate when they try to downplay KT and shit. And this guy was Big 12.
Yeah, bro. That's the thing, bro. Yeah.
Like 47% 3-point, man. Hey, man, we gonna highlight both teams and we're gonna leave that shit at that.
We're gonna leave it at that. Yeah.
We're gonna leave it at that, man.
That's what it do. Man, listen, appreciate you boys coming on. This is another great one. Mo City's finest, A-Leaf / Mo City's finest. You understand what I'm saying? KT one of us first, baby. KT from the home team first. Yeah, man, you goddamn right. Know what I'm saying?
Hey.
But nah, it's been a good one. Go on, get us out of here, Beast.
Hey, what you idea, Ewing?
Hey, it ain't how you start, it's how you finish. Where you finish at?
Yeah.
It ain't how you start, it's how you finish, baby.
Hey,
yes, sir.
I'm gonna end with this, man, and for real salute. Hey, man, I'm a fan of all 3 of you guys. To be honest, I'm just a fan of greatness. You know what I'm saying? And what y'all did was great, man. Nobody could ever tell me from the kids in the Raptors, anybody I talk to, I always speak highly of y'all guys and them Yates guys. We're gonna get them on the show, but we definitely appreciate y'all taking time out y'all evening, man. This 2 hours of time out y'all families, whatever y'all got going on, to bring to our platform. So we definitely appreciate it, appreciate it, man. Salute to you guys. What you guys did for the city. No, much as we congratulate y'all and compare y'all will never really get y'all flowers that you really need for what y'all did for the city at that time. So verbally, I'm gonna give it to y'all. It never will be enough. But man, what y'all did for the city, it will always be recognized by me as an individual. So I'm Bobby B with the P's one here. Appreciate you guys, man. Love what you guys did for the city, for our culture of Houston, for the state of Texas. Los, go ahead and lead us out here, brother.
Nah, you said a mouthful, bro. Like you said, like people don't know, you know, you got to go into my doc a little bit when we do mine, so we could talk about the rivalry I had with these fellas. I didn't want to highlight that tonight, and
Right.
just saying though, we go way back. You know what I mean? Like I said, 2-3 decades. Me and D Ewing, we used to hate each other. Hey, we was, you know what I'm saying? It was a real thing.
Nah,
But we ain't. I ain't nothing but love for these guys, man. I got nothing. I love these brothers, and salute to y'all. Salute to everything y'all doing. Keep on going. And in my humble opinion, we out of here, man. Love, love.